dear brothers and sisters. It's the Creator who has brought us into this state of being in the human body so that we can experience the Creator, we can know the Creator, we can be one with the Creator. And so to be grateful, to be in a state where we have an opportunity to find our closeness with the Creator, to be able to merge our real self, our soul in the Creator, is something to be really, really grateful for. Otherwise our soul could transmigrate in any one of the 8.4 million of species. And so as we find ourselves in this human frame, it's a gift of God, it's a gift of the Creator, and that's what we should all be very grateful for. Many times, as we pass through this physical world, we are so enamored by this world that we forget who the giver is. We just look at every contact at the physical level. So we think that our true family is only our husbands and wives and parents and children and uncles and aunts, and we don't go beyond that. And so all of our life is centered in trying to make them happy. Most people are trying their very best to make sure that the people that they're close to, family members first and then friends that we make as we grow, that if that environment would be happy, if we can bring joy into their lives, we feel like we're doing a wonderful job. Since we are living at the level of our physical senses, we're always just limited in our vision to be able to only deal with that which comes through matter to us, deal with that comes at the physical level to us. And so let us not forget the Creator, the Supreme Father, the one who has given us this opportunity to be in this physical state, so that we can fulfill the purpose for which we've been given this existence. To be able to first know the Creator, to be able to be with the Creator, to be able to be one with the Creator. And so let us also focus on the gains that we all get through this gift of physical life in the human frame that we've all received. And when we start to think about those gifts, there's another father that comes into play. And this is the spiritual father. And that also is a gift of the Creator. It's a gift of the Creator that out of the 8 billion people who are alive, that only a few of us are able to be seeking mechanisms by which we can fulfill our purpose of life. The pulls and the attractions of this physical world are so strong that many, many people don't even think about anything beyond the physical. So it's a gift of the Creator that there's an inkling in our being to search for something which is beyond our physical environment. And so it's the Creator who puts that spark in our being so that we are able to take steps towards our goal. And so it's a gift of the Creator that as we start our search to be able to know the Creator, as we start our search to be able to be with the Creator, and as we start our search to find our oneness with the Creator, as we go to our scriptures, as we go to the writings of the great saints and mystics, as we go to learn about spirituality and the connection that we can all have with the Creator, that the Creator brings what we call a spiritual master or our spiritual father into play, so that we gain about spirituality, we get to know about our real self. We get to know about ways and means by which we can know God and find the mechanism through which we can find the oneness with God. And as we start to understand what is it that we gain, I'd like to go to a verse written by Sant Rajinder Singh Maharaj, which kind of puts into play what we truly gain as we go on the spiritual journey. Sant Rajinder Singh Maharaj was full of love. He wanted all of us to be very close to our families. And I remember one of the disciples who went from the West to him in Delhi. So Sant Rajinder Singh Maharaj often asked for how your parents and about the family. He was very loving, so he wanted all the children to be loving too. And I remember as I was growing up, he would ask the children, what grades are you getting in school? He would guide them. This disciple, when Sant Rajinder Singh Maharaj asked him, how's his family? So he said, I haven't met them in many years. And so Sant Rajinder Singh Maharaj told me, you have to go back and make sure you meet your parents. You have to go see them. And then he told him about how much a parent does for a child. And so when we read the writings of Sant Rajinder Singh Maharaj, they're all full of recognizing that we're all connected, and that even though there might be disturbance in our life, even though there might be misunderstandings, that we as children need to be close to our parents. We are living in an age where because of the means by which we are surviving, our jobs or our businesses are taking us to places away from where we grew up. And so we live in an age where children are getting away from the homes, they're getting jobs in different areas, travel's become much easier, and so the kids might be working in some area far away from the parents, but doesn't mean that we are away from them. And so he would also encourage that we children be able to look at what our parents have sacrificed for us to be where we are today. All parents want their children to do well. And it's the same thing with the Creator. The Creator wants each and every one of us to fulfill our goals. And so when we got this human birth, the Creator wants everyone who is in the human existence to be able to be one with the Creator. And this is where the role of a spiritual master comes into play. Even though we are living in an environment in which there are many physical distractions, and we're distracted in many, many activities, that we be able to spend our time so that we are focused on our spiritual goals. And so as we have an opportunity to be in that environment, this verse that Sant Rajinder Singh Maharaj written is talking about the gains that we have in that presence. And this verse is written in times, in environments which are different than what they are today. But what is interesting is that the simile that is used can easily be understood today, because to be able to explain some of the spiritual truths, saints and mystics have taken examples of the existing day-to-day existence in which they found themselves physically, and use the environment for us to understand the spiritual truths. So Sant Rajinder Singh Maharaj in this verse is talking about those gains that we all get and the help that we receive as we start to think about who really is giving us the help. And so he says, उठे हैं दरे साकिए उल्फत से जो दर्शन, उठे हैं दरे साकिए उल्फत से जो दर्शन, महसूस ये होता है कि कुछ पा के चले हैं, महसूस ये होता है कि कुछ पा के चले हैं. And when we translate this to English, it would be, whenever I arise from the cup-bearer's threshold of love, O darshan, whenever I arise from the cup-bearer's threshold of love, O darshan, I come away with the experience that I have gained something priceless. So I come away with the experience that I have gained something priceless. So Sant Darshan Singh Ji Maharaj, through this verse, is talking about being in a satsang arena. And since this is coming from the East, in the satsang arenas, in the East, everyone is sitting down when you go to satsang. And so when you go to satsang, everyone's sitting down, and generally there, people are sitting down on the floor. And there's a dais, and then there's a spiritual master on the dais, and so he's talking about that scene. So any gathering where there's a presence, the physical presence of spiritual master is what he's talking about. And he's telling us that whenever I come into that gathering, and then I get up. Getting up means that the gathering is kind of over, and then we get up and we go to our homes. Because all those gatherings have to end sometime. It might take a few hours, might be a few time, but then they have to end. So he says, whenever I arise from the cup-bearer's threshold of love. So it's very interesting how he's describing that assembly. He's saying that the threshold on which he said is full of divine love. That atmosphere is changed by divine love because there's always talk about the Creator. There's always talk about the divine, there's always talk about God. And so the whole atmosphere is charged with love. The saints have said that God, the Creator, is an ocean of all love. Our real self, which is our soul, is a drop of that ocean, so that's full of love. And the way back to God is also through love. And so is the love of God that is rampant in that spiritual assembly. And so Sant Darshan Singh Ji Maharaj is talking about that assembly where the physical presence of the spiritual master is there is one which is full of love of God. And so he's saying, whenever I arise from the cup-bearer's threshold of love, O Darshan, he's saying, so whenever I go and I attend the satsang and when it's done and I'm leaving, it says that I come away with the experience that I have gained something priceless. That every time I go there and I get up, I feel I've gained something. I'm not talking about gaining something at the physical level, but I've gained something which is priceless. Something which is far, far beyond than any other gift that I could get. Generally you go to some gatherings where there's a birthday party or something else, and you get a return gift. And many people are very happy. They want to open up right away and see what they got. Okay? Especially kids, when you go to any children's party, they want to see. And so in the eyes of God, we're all children. Okay? So when we get up, we want to see, did I gain something today or not? No? That's normal. So you say, hey, I spent 2-3 hours here, 4 hours, 5 hours. Am I going home with something worthwhile? So he says, every time I got up, I felt that I gained something which was priceless. So what is he really trying to tell us? That every time we are in that presence, we gain in many, many directions. As we are in that arena, one of the first gains that we get is that our attention starts to get more and more focused on the Creator. Because whenever there's an assembly with the physical presence of the spiritual master, there's always going to be talk about the Creator and talk about us. Okay? Whenever we are in the world outside, there's never talk about the Creator. And there's always talk about the basketball NBA finals. There's talk about the hockey, World Series going on. And there's talk about the new movies coming up. And there's talk about, what travels have we done? What are the new countries which are worth visiting? So there's always talk about all this, and you gain knowledge about those things, right? But when you come to a satsang arena, you only hear about God. You hear about the love of God. You hear about the connection with God. You hear about the mechanism by which we can know God. And you're given practical methods by which we can find closeness with the Creator. And so he's saying the first main thing that you gain is like your focus, which in the world outside, in the activities of the world, is changed, and your focus goes towards God. It's going towards the main purpose for which you're alive, which is to know yourself and be one with God. And this is the first thing that we gain. The second thing that happens is, whenever we are in their presence, since our attention is going on God, as soon as we start to sit to meditate right after that meeting, we find that our meditations are getting more fruitful. We're getting into deeper states of consciousness. We are having deeper experiences of the spiritual journey. We are experiencing more and more of the spiritual regions as we sit to meditate after we've been in that state. The third thing that happens is guidance. To get to states of happiness and joy which are lasting are being talked about in that arena. Okay? And so as we put those into practice, we find that we also are able to attain those states. It's not that we just hear about them, it's that we start to be able to feel that experience within ourselves, and we start to be in states of joy and happiness and peace and bliss and harmony, which get to be longer and longer and longer. We all have the ups and downs of life. Each one of us has our karma from the past that needs to be played out. Our beloved karma needs to be played out in this lifetime. So that is going to be played out. But to be able to deal with it, we get the strength to deal with it very joyously, happily, so that the pains of the struggles that we have are not bothering us. Yeah. Because our attention is then defocused from what is on the world outside and is focused on God. And whenever our attention goes towards God or the Creator, then there's nothing but happiness and joy. And so when we are in that environment, we find all kinds of benefits coming to us at various levels. Also, as we are there, we start to realize how important it is that we spend each day in the best possible of manners. Generally, as we're growing up, we all feel very healthy, we're strong. As we are a young person, everything seems to be working well with the physical body, and things go well. But as we start to age, and as we get more responsibility, in life you find that more difficulties are coming in too. Okay? And you have to deal with them. And so by being in that presence, we are able to deal with the environment that we find ourselves in a much calmer, in a much more peaceful way, so that the turmoil in our life is less. There's enough turmoil in life because of our karmas, because of what we've done in the past, because of what is going to be coming into our day-to-day existence. And so we need to be able to deal with that properly. And so as we are in that spiritual arena, we realize that it does not matter that we have to do things in a rush manner. Okay? Generally, we live in this age where everything is very timed. Okay? We get up with the alarm clock and everything is timed, and we have to be here at this time, we have to be here at that time, and we have to do this and we have to do that. And so that brings a lot of pressure because the time that we have to do all of this stuff is just limited. Okay? But as we find ourselves being focused more and more on the Creator, we realize that we need to spend the time in a manner in which we are taking steps towards our goal. If all of our time gets spent in all of these activities in the world outside, then this time is going to get away. Okay? And so we need to be able to make the best use of the time. And so how do we make the best use of our time? First being calm ourselves, and then radiate that calmness and love and peace to others. If we're not calm on the inside, if we're in turmoil, because we think, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that, I have to do that, then there's always tension, there's always turmoil. But if we get calm on the inside, okay, and if we are peaceful on the inside, then we would deal with all situation actually that we face in our day-to-day life with a very peaceful demeanor. Okay? So we have this peaceful existence, and that needs to first come from us, then it can make the atmosphere better. And so that realization also sets in, because as we put into play what we are experiencing through that assembly, then we'll find that on the inside we do get calmer, we get peaceful, we are able to deal with the difficult situations of life in a much calmer manner. And so that's something that we have to be grateful for. Those are the benefits that we get. And so Sant Rajinder Singh Maharaj is saying that every time I go there and I get up from the assembly, I feel I've gained something priceless. Like I can't find that in the world. I can't pay any money to be able to get that gain for myself. And because these are gains which are taking us closer and closer to our goal. The goal of each and every one of us is to be one with the Creator, to have our soul merged back in God. And so we in this lifetime need to get closer and closer to the Creator. And as we do that, we'll find that we are living the life that the Creator wants us to live. And let us remember the greatest gift of all, which comes from the Creator, which is of being present in this human existence. And then the gift from our spiritual fathers, which is to guide us towards the goal, which is to provide us guidance so that the reason for which we got this opportunity is fulfilled. And so as we all gather here, let us have a few minutes of meditation, because that's the only way of getting closer and closer to the Creator, is to go within, is to focus our attention within, is to connect with the divine power which is within each and every one of us. So please sit as comfortably as you can. Close your eyes very gently, just like you close them when you go to sleep. Your eyeball should be straight focused 8 or 10 inches in front of you. And as you close your eyes, those of you who've been initiated in the mysteries of the beyond, please do your Simran. And those of you who are new here, please repeat any name of God that you feel comfortable with. This repetition of God's name should be done mentally and not out loud. I pray to God Almighty and to the three great spiritual masters of the past century, Hazur Baba Savan Singh Ji Maharaj, Param Sant Kripal Singh Ji Maharaj, and Dayal Purusha Sant Darshan Singh Ji Maharaj, to help each and every one of us connect with the divine light within, and for us to experience the divine sound of God within ourselves. We'll be sitting for a few minutes, and I'll be getting you out of this meditative state at that time, and my best wishes are with each and every one of you. please leave off.